Hello everybody, thank you for tuning into my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you two exercises that work on mobility for your hips. We're talking about external rotation as well as internal rotation. So we have our femur, which is our thigh bone. The femur goes into the hip socket. So when we internally rotate our femur in the hip socket, you can see how the knee moves towards my midline. When I externally rotate away, my knee is moving away from my midline. All right, so those are the target areas that we're working on today. So the two exercises that I want to show you are, first one, working the external rotation, and that's going to be the loaded pigeon. So with this one here, a couple cues that we want to think about is that when we set ourselves up for this exercise, we want to make sure that our knee is staying over the heel of the front foot. Now, as far as our back foot goes, if we were to do an easier variation, we would be keeping this back knee on the ground. If we want to load the exercise even further, we're going to do this exercise pushing that knee to straight the best that we can. Now, from here, what we're going to do is I'll give you a straight on angle. I'm going to straddle my hands on both sides of my legs, and you can see how I am actually putting my fingers just ahead of my toes. This is going to allow that front knee to externally rotate and to let it clear the arm. It's going to go right underneath the armpit. So as we're doing that, what we're going to do is you're going to be making sure that you're flexing your toes up towards the ceiling, so that way we're holding tension in the ankle. Now from here, I'm going to begin. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, keep those toes flexing up towards the ceiling, 7, 8, 9. On number 10, you're going to externally rotate and you're going to come up onto a couple less fingers than what you originally had. So if you had all 5 fingers down, maybe you'll just lift the thumb, maybe you'll lift the thumb and the pinky, maybe you'll get to 2 fingers, but you're going to load a little more body weight into this move and you're going to hold for 10 seconds. When that's over, you're going to bring this back knee down and we're going to reset to the other side. So again, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to get into this lunging position, making sure the knee is staying over the heel of the front foot. You can either keep this back leg on the ground. It'll be a lot less aggressive doing it that way, so that's a nice beginner-friendly version. Also, you can put some yoga blocks under your hands to give yourself a little more clearance if you can't get as low as you would like to in this stretch. All right, so I'm going to come up into my starting position. Here we go. 10. Notice how the toes are flexed up towards the ceiling. 9, 8, 7. Do those rotations. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And on number 10, I'm going to hold, and I'm going to come up onto a couple less fingers here, so I'm loading more body weight in. I'm really digging this outside blade of the heel into the ground, and I'm trying to straighten out this back knee the best that I can. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can come down. Beautiful. All right, so that's the first exercise. Once again, that was the loaded pigeon, and that's what works the external rotation of the hip. Now, for internal rotation, what we're going to do is we're going to get into this 90-90 position. So from a long sit, I'm going to go into a 4 pose. Then from here, I'm going to wrap this second leg around. This is what we call our 90-90 position, or shin box. I've heard it with all kinds of names. Whatever you call it, it's all good with me. Now, what we're trying to do with this exercise is, from this point on, it's all about focusing on this back leg, this leg that is internally rotated. Notice how the inside blade of my foot is connected to the ground. So that's what you want to do, is you want to keep that connection on the inside blade of your foot. You're going to be pressing the inside edge of your foot on the ground as well as the knee. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift our hip up in the air. I'm pressing that inside blade edge of my foot and knee down on the ground. Now from here, this is the starting point. I'm going to drop my butt so it lightly touches the ground, and then I'm going to come up. So 1, lightly touching. 2, I'm keeping that pressure on the inside edge of my foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more on the 10th one, 9. We're gonna hover. So you're not gonna put all your body weight down, but you are gonna touch and you're gonna hover. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Push, push, push this back leg. 3, 2, and now come all the way down. Woo-wee. And then we're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So I'm going into my shin box onto this side. I'm lifting my hips up and I'm coming down. 1, 2, 3. I'm pressing that inside edge of the foot down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. And on this one, we're gonna hover. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Coming all the way down. So that is the mobility for our hips. We're working on the external rotation as well as the internal rotation. Watch the video that's on the screen to learn more ways to incorporate movement or exercise, whatever you call it, into your life. Mini Movement Man saying be kind to one another. Peace.